Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and I am thrilled to be hunting another half pound of world coins. There's so much history in each one of these bags, and we're going to go coin by coin, evaluating them for their history, the stories that they tell, if there's anything rare, some silver, maybe gold, errors. I'm thrilled. I already see a silver coin in here, so adds to the fun. So let me pour this thing out, and we'll see just what's inside. And some exciting things starting out strong here with a copper nickel coin that is just a little tougher design. A Guatemalan 1981. It's well worn. They've got the outline of the rifles I always think is interesting, but I just don't see too many of these out there. So always fun to get the stuff that's a little bit different. And this one also is 1919, a Canadian cent from King George V, the British monarch. But he issued coins in Canada. I believe that's one of the last years that they make the large size Canadian cents. And this is a beautiful design right here by 1916 by Dupuis, 5 centimes in uncirculated. Wonderful design. I think it's like the Beaux-Arts generation that St. Gaudens, the famous engraver of the $20 Liberty double eagle, made. 1984, Santiago, capital of Chile, mint 100 pesos right there, and then a Mexican Mexico City mint, 1943, World War II era, 20 centavos. Here's a earlier 10 centavos with a very interesting Aztec design across the board. We've got an English 3 pence from King George the VI this time, and it might be a good time to clear out some of the it can be a little bit repetitive, but here is some a half penny and 2 Canadian cents, and I'll try to move quickly towards through some of the lower value stuff here. 10 lire 1954 Italian item, and then this actually is pretty solid looking 1929 Canadian penny from King George again the fifth. He goes from 1910 to 1936. Before King George the VI comes in. 1 drachma here from 1954, and a Chiang Kai-shek Taiwan $1 new dollar and 1 centi. I think that this is a Tongan coin with a photo of corn on it, or not photo, an engraving of coin on it, of corn. Wow, a little tongue twister. Seniti, and I've found a few Tongan coins, but I don't really buy and sell that material all too often. Here's a 1962 sixpence. They convert the British to a decimal system, base 100, in 1970 or so. And then here, the thing to look for is 1978. You can see that date in the star with Juan Carlos, the first King of Spain, on the front of it. Nice larger planchet aluminum, 1947 5-franc coin. They would revalue and sort of downgrade their currency, take 2 zeros off of it in 1960, and I was trying to see if we had one, and we do. We've got a 20 centimes here, and a better possible version is this 1951 10 francs would become 10 centimes in the revaluation in 1960. All the francs are worthless at this point. They demonetized them. Here is a 10 of something Arabic. It looks like 19. I always kind of mess it up. It looks maybe 1943 or 1942. I would say probably 1940. 1943 is my best guess for the date on this. Maybe a King Farouk Egyptian coin. I will let you know exactly what that coin is. We've also got a 1929 1 zloty from Poland. Interesting item. A Queen Elizabeth 1962 shilling from Britain. And 1 escudo 1928 from Portugal, and then a BCCR means Costa Rica 50 colones from 1997. So that one is an interesting pickup. We've got a 1933, could be 4, seems odd, but maybe it's a 4 of something. I will let you know on that one as well. Could also be Egyptian or Moroccan, something like that. Interesting wavy outline similar to the previous one. And then in East Caribbean states, $1. So that's going to be British-controlled islands in North America, but in the Atlantic Ocean. That is going to be the 5 that I'm used to. And maybe that's then 1940. Maybe I feel like the V is always 7, I think, is upside down. I haven't looked at the numerals in a while, and now I'm forgetting. Here's an interesting story. 2000, Ecuador 5 centavos. 1917, it's like a very close, maybe $1, 2.5 Ecuadorian units, pesos. They have massive, massive inflation, and then they, I think, do a peg to the dollar starting in 2000. So, yeah, just sort of a interesting little fact there. Nicer condition, 1913, Canadian 1 cent with a little bit of luster on it is certainly a nice item. And then we'll pick up another Spanish peseta and a 1993 Netherlands Antilles 1 gold. And I've never seen this larger design. Now you see Beatrix, the Queen of the Netherlands. Don't see too many Beatrix items. There's, it goes Wilhelmina and then Juliana, very long-lasting, long-reigning queens of the Netherlands. But then Beatrix is a more modern one. And then when they switch to the euro, you see a little less, though. Maybe I can think of some Beatrix designs now that I think of it. But a 1958 half crown right here, which I want to say is 2.5 shillings, or like 10 half crowns make a pound. Maybe I'm wrong, something like that. And then right here we see a 1938 5 centavos from Mexico again. 5 francs from the Central Bank of West Africa with this sort of gazelle or horned animal on it. So sort of interesting regional currency. And then our first silver coin of the day, a very tough looking I think it's the 4th, very challenged shape. I think it should be a 6-pence, and it's got the On y soit qui mal y pense emblem, but horrible shape, unknown in terms of the date, which has been worn away. But I thought I saw some other early, nicer condition, though, in that case, British silver. And even another one, 1972 5 francs is not going to have any silver content, but this coin will. 1942D, minted in Denver by the Americans for Australia in 92.5% sterling silver, with King George VI, who had assumed the throne in 1936. But advance Australia, the kangaroo, and I am so bad. I think it's an emu, not an ostrich, on the back of that emblem. And we've got a mix of British items again, though this one's another East Caribbean states coin, and then 2 cents there from 1955, and then a half new penny from 1971 from the UK. A very nice lustrous 50 centavos. Pretty coin, not super expensive, but I think it's like the 5 points of where Jesus was impaled on the cross is what leads to there being this 5 imagery in Portuguese coin, currency design. We've got a 1 cent with the little pig from Bermuda. We've got a very interesting 1922 Czech Republic. Wow, I really like the art on that. Done by O. Spaniel, somebody harvesting grain. Really appreciate that. 1922, this is an interesting story too. Good for 1 franc. They didn't have the authority to mint these not in silver for a larger denomination. So they said, well, it's not going to be the French government that does it, but this Chamber of Commerce, and people sort of used it as token currency. So that's why you see these issued as the Chamber of Commerce and not official French currency. We've got our third silver coin, a 1944D, United States of America, U.S. Philippines 10 centavos. Really cool. 75% silver, I want to say. Mount Mayon, the volcano, exploding in the background. We won Philippines from the Spanish after the Spanish-American War, and then we give it up shortly. It gets conquered by the Japanese during World War II, then we give it up after that. Here we've got a 1 franc from France as well. Lots of French items. That's 5 centimes, 1966. Singaporean, 1986, 5 cents. We've got this Dominican, 1967, 10 centavos, a 1966 shilling from Queen Elizabeth. And then to close things out, exciting coin at the end there. Let me know if you know what this Chinese cash coin is, and it looks, it could be fake or maybe it's just a little more modern. Don't know too much about it. We've got a South African 1973 1 cent, 1/100th of a rand. This cool and interesting design 15 cents coin from the Bahamas. I feel like that would be fun to do some pattern or limited release U.S. Odd denomination coins, maybe for a charitable purpose or something like that. Just a thought. And then, 1854. I thought that this was going to be a British item, but it is not. King Petrus Peter, I think, the 5th from Portugal at Aljarb Rex 100 race. Fascinating. I am pretty perplexed by this. I have never seen this coin before. I wasn't aware of King Petrus the Fifth. I don't even know. Presumably, it's a Brazilian coin, but it could be a fair amount of rarity. Or maybe it's just like a $5 or $10 or $15 coin. But I think that there's a good shot that this is more valuable. I'm really excited by this find because I haven't gotten anything like it in a while, where I have no idea what the coin is, when it theoretically could be something that I was aware of. And that's not me being cocky. It's just like I see a fair amount of world coins. So I'm thrilled. I'll admit that I haven't seen this type before. I haven't seen this ruler. And I'm excited to go look this up, edit it back in, and makes me even more excited for the next hunt more generally. So pumped for all of that. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching, and more half-pound grab bags to come. Watching the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to visit our website, treasuretown.com, to stay up to date on everything going on the channel and possibly get some great deals on coins and collectibles. We look forward to seeing you on our future videos, and best wishes until then.